Can I get the responses, please? Hello, good evening. Hi, Anvita. Okay. Okay, all right, guys. So today we have to see the implementation of Azure Data Factory, right? Today we have to see the implementation of Azure Data Factory, how we can deploy Azure Data Factory in Azure Cloud Computing platform, right? So I'll just go here. Okay, I'll go to Naresh IT. I'll say here page number as a 46. Page number as 46. Okay. So I'll say here page number 46. Yeah. See this one, implementation steps to create and deploy an Azure Data Factory. Implementation steps to create and deploy an Azure Data Factory. So see here, guys, everything, whatever we are creating, everything, whatever you create in Azure Cloud Computing, it is pretty obvious that you have to have a resource group first. Okay, you have to have a resource group first. Okay. But guys, 1 minute, hold on. I'll just put my kid out of the room. Okay, all right, guys. So you have to have an RG first. Same for Azure Data Factory also. When you are creating an ADF, you have to have an RG first. So RG is already there. Okay, this RG is there. This RG is there. Any RG I can take to deploy my Azure Data Factory. Fine. So first step is what? Step one, create a resource group. RG is there. Resource group is ready. Step two, search for data factories in Azure portal, create and fill the below details. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll go to home and I'll search for data factories. Okay, data factories. Click on this data factories and click on create to create a data factory. Okay, so I'll say here my RG, data factory name. I'm taking it as my RG. Okay, sorry, resource group name, I'm taking this one, my RG, and here the name of the data factory I have to give. Any name you can give for your data factory. I'll say here Naresh ADF, okay, 1995. See, Naresh ADF, okay, 1995, the name I'm giving. This is some random number I'm giving, same like storage account. If I just give Naresh ADF, it might say me that this name is already taken. This name is already taken. In order to make the name as unique, I'm just saying here something like this. Some number I'm passing here, 1995. Where you want to create, as usual, like storage account, wherever you want, you can create it. Normally based upon your client location. Where is your client located? Mostly in that regions only will deploy. I'll take it as East US version. I'm taking it as version 2. Okay. Previously, before 2019, we were having data factory version 1. From 2019, the version 1 is upgraded to version 2 and some new features and all that stuff has been added. And we are having version 2 only now. Version 1 is not there. It is deprecated by Microsoft itself only. Next is what? Git configuration. If you want to integrate your data factory with GitHub, okay, if you want to integrate your data factory with GitHub, like, if you want to load the data from GitHub in Azure Cloud Computing using Azure Data Factory, then you can integrate GitHub with the data factory. Okay, this is we are going to do in the next classes. In the upcoming classes, we are going to do this. In the upcoming classes, we are going to do this. Okay, next. Okay, right now I am saying that I'll configure later. If you uncheck this one, then here you have to give your details. Okay, GitHub and DevOps, whatever it is. See what it is saying. Azure Data Factory allows you to configure Git repository with either Azure DevOps or with GitHub. Okay, it's a version control systems that we use whenever we want to load the data from these platforms. Then using Azure Data Factory, we can do it so. Okay, if you check this one, it means that you want to configure it later. If you are unchecking, it means that you want to configure right now. GitHub is there, Azure DevOps is there. I'll show this in the next classes. Okay, step by step, I'll make the demos complicated. I'll go for next networking. Okay, sound is no listen. Why my sound is not listening? Mitrunjay, I think except you, everyone is able to listen to my voice. What about others, guys? Is my voice not reachable? The sound is completely full. It's audible, Rohit, right? So, Mitrunjay, please log in one more time. I think there is some problem from your end. What is his spelling, yaar? Mitrunjay. Good sound. So just now you said no sound. Now you are saying good sound. Fine. Whatever it is. Now see, next is what networking tab. Enable manage virtual network on default auto resolve integration runtime. Okay, auto resolve integration runtime. I told yesterday, right? Yesterday we have discussed this. What is this auto resolve integration runtime? Auto resolve integration runtime is the one which will give the boost. Okay, which will give the compute power, networking power, processing power to your Azure Data Factory to copy the data from source to targets. Copy the data from source to target here. Okay. So I'll say here enable manage virtual network. If you want this auto resolve integration runtime to be on the manage virtual network, then you can check this box. Okay. Or else integration runtime, anyhow, you are going to get for your Azure Data Factory. Okay. And for which the networking, compute, processing, everything will be taken care by Azure Cloud Computing only. Fine. Next is public endpoints. I want to have this data factory to be on public endpoint. Means public endpoint means anyone can access after after the permission has been granted to them. Okay. Next is what advanced encryption. So it is compulsorily needed the encryption also. The people, who are loading the data, who are copying, extracting, transforming the data using Azure Data Factory, whatever the data is being processed, that is compulsory encrypted. Because security is also equally important, guys. Correct or not? See, by default, data is encrypted with Microsoft managed keys. By default, data is encrypted with Microsoft managed keys. For additional control over encryption keys, you can supply customer managed keys also if you want it. If you want to apply further more encryption, if you want to apply further more security for your data which is being processed by Azure Data Factory, then you can enable this one. Enable encryption with customer managed key also. Okay, key vault, you can pass your key vault details here, and then you can assign the identity for your key vault encryption so that it will be security plus security, double security you are providing it. So mostly this is sufficient for us because we can completely trust Microsoft encryption, what Microsoft is giving for Azure Data Factory. Okay, I'll say here next tags. Tags is what? Tags is the common parameter, guys, that we'll see for every service we are creating in Azure Cloud Computing. We'll get tags for every services that we are creating in Azure Cloud Computing. Next, I'll say here review plus create. Okay, what all the details I have passed here: basic Git configuration, networking, advanced tags, all these details what I have passed, it will check all these details are correct or not. And if all is good, then it will pass the validation. If all is good, then it will pass the validation. Yes, see, validation got passed and the create button will be enabled for me. I'll just simply click on create button. Okay, to deploy the data factory. This is the steps, guys. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, you for the video recording, that would be better. Okay, so what I'm saying here, after that, when you click on create, wait for some 4 to 5 minutes until the ADF gets deployed. See, guys, Azure Data Factory, in short, we call it as ADF. We call it as what? ADF. Okay, fine. So we'll wait for some time till the ADF gets deployed. See, deployment succeeded. For ADF, the deployment got succeeded. I'll go here and I'll see here the ADF is ready. Naresh Azure Data Factory 1995. Some name I have given here. The ADF is ready. Now what I'll do, I'll launch the ADF Studios. If you want to go here, see, go to home. Okay, this is your home page. This is the data factories. Click on the data factory. Here, see, this is the data factory you have created just now. If you want, you can create one more data factory also. Any number of data factories you want, you can create it. But see, creating data factory is very simple. Creating data factory, creating or deploying data factory is very simple. Okay, designing the pipelines, okay, in Azure Data Factory, okay. Fulfilling the business requirements, using ADF pipelines is the real skills that you should have. Okay, using different controls and activities, okay, in ADF pipeline is actual learning. Okay, is that clear, guys? This is you have to do with. So ADF got deployed just in 5 minutes. ADF got deployed just in 5 minutes, correct? But inside ADF, designing the pipelines and everything, what controls to be considered, what activities we have to use, why we are using that activities, what is the purpose of that activities, okay, why those activities are needed, okay, why specifically we have to use this activity or control, that is the actual learning. You can call it as activities or controls. The pipelines, okay, in ADF pipelines, okay, we are using activities and or controls. You can call activities or controls. Okay, these activities and controls is the actual thing which we are using in our ADF pipelines, in our Azure Data Factory pipelines. Okay, fine, guys. Is that clear? Yes or no? So now ADF got deployed. I'll go inside the ADF. I'll click on this and then I'll say here launch ADF Studios. I'll say here launch ADF Studios. Once I launch ADF Studios, okay, see, that's what I have mentioned here. Okay, wait for some time till ADF gets deployed. After ADF gets deployed, click on launch studio. This you will find in the center. For your hint, that also I have written, this you will find it at the center here you will find it. Okay, after that we'll navigate to a new page wherein we can see all the features of ADF Studios like home, author, monitor, manage. So this is the complete ADF Studios. This is the ADF Studios, and every single thing you are doing here inside this ADF Studios only. Every single thing you are doing here inside the ADF Studios only. Okay, fine. So if you see here, you are having many features. See, this is home, this is author, this is monitor, this is manage. Okay, and this is about, updates about ADF, like new features Microsoft has enrolled, new things Microsoft has launched, new thing has been integrated, all that stuff. Switch data factory. If you're having multiple data factories, you can switch from one data factory to another data factory. What are the activities, operations that you are doing in ADF that will be visible here. Same like notifications we are having in Azure portal. See, this is the notification I'm having in Azure portal now. Same I'm having notification options for Azure Data Factory. This is the complete ADF Studios wherein you can do many things here. Okay, fine. Settings option inside the ADF, like you want to see ADF in where, like English language, dark, light, lot of things. These are all the things that you can explore. Okay, so mostly we'll work on technical things only. Still I'm just showing you as part of the knowledge point. So all these options we'll see. Networking left side under ADF we'll see here. Okay, we are having some public endpoints we can configure and all. This is what the ADF Studios, ADF I have deployed, and I went inside the ADF Studios. I went inside the ADF. Now this is all theoretical points, guys. Okay, some theoretical points, not much. In real-time projects, we'll create separate storage account for each environment. Like for ATS environment, data will be created separate storage account. For dev environment, data will be created in a separate storage account. For prod environment, normally these are the source systems where we are keeping our data. Storage accounts we are considering as a source systems where we are keeping the data. So first we'll get this data from on-prem to cloud storage account. Then we'll treat the cloud storage account as source system, and then using ADF we will extract the data, and then we process the data and we load it into the destination. Okay, we use Azure Storage Explorer to configure all the different environment storage accounts at one place to avoid going to Azure portal every time and opening storage accounts for each and every time for different environments. Okay, this is all theoretical points, guys. Okay, there is no restrictions to load the data into storage account. We can load even 100 GB, 200 GB, 1 TB, 5 TB, no limit as such. You can keep as much as data you want inside the storage account. As you are keeping the data, you are increasing the data volume, its capacity will get increased automatically. These all points I have told earlier also, like in storage accounts creations and all that stuff in the beginning of the storage account classes. So why I'm repeating the points here is because we are considering the source systems as storage accounts here and destination systems as storage account. Initial labs of ADF. After that, slowly I'll change the source systems. I'll change the destination systems. Sometimes I'll take my source systems as JSON files. Sometimes I'll take my source systems as GitHub platform. Sometimes I'll take my source systems as SQL databases. Okay, and I'll change the destinations also. So initially, we are taking source systems and destination systems as storage accounts. As we proceed slowly after 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 classes, okay, in ADF, slowly we'll cover a lot of different scenarios in ADF. What sort of data we'll get, how the requirement comes in, how and what kind of pipelines we have to design, dynamic pipelines, parameterized pipelines, automation pipelines, lot of things we'll discuss one by one, guys. Okay, fine. So this is what I have deployed ADF now. Okay, this is the lab I'm going to do now for copying the data from blob storage account to ADL Gen 2 storage account. What I'm doing here, I'm copying the data from blob storage account to ADL Gen 2 storage account. So for this lab, this is the document I have attached. Just double click on this document. Just double click. This is the implementation steps now. This is the first lab we are going to do for ADF. ADF we have deployed. After deploying the ADF, these things you have to do. Okay, see what it is saying. Create a folder in our local laptop and paste the .csv file inside this. So this is one .csv file. I'm saying to put this file inside your laptop anywhere. Or else if you're having this file already inside your laptop, then that is fine. So see guys, for our ADF labs, we are considering this sample data. So this data already I have shared with everyone yesterday. Still the data is there. The sample files is there. Okay, see sample files for ADF demos. These are all the sample files we are considering for our ADF labs. So please download it. Yesterday I have uploaded. I have given some time. Still the files are there. I have not deleted. As I have promised, I'll keep it for 3-4 days. Until I feel like I need to upload something new, I'll keep it. Until I feel like I need to upload something new, then only I'll delete it. Else I'll keep it. If you say here Naresh Engineering by C, the files, folders, everything still there. I have not deleted anything. Sample files for ADF demo. Okay, this is the folder. Please download it. So what I'll do, this file details.csv, this file already there in my laptop. If I go here to CSV files and zip files, CSV files and zip files, this folder also I have uploaded. See, CSV files and zip files in Google Drive. If still someone has not downloaded, I'll drop the link again. Please download it. Okay, fine. So CSV file and zip files, I'm already having this file here. Details. That is what this file is. Fine. So details.csv. This file is there already in my laptop. So what I'll do, first thing, I'll pick this file from my on-prem. Laptop is what my on-prem, right? I'll pick this file from my on-prem. So I'll pick this file from my on-prem to my storage account. Okay. So I'll come here. Okay, I'll say here see this file is already there in my laptop. The first step is done for me. First step is done. If you're not having this file, then immediately download these three folders. This one, this one, this one in your respective laptops. Create one folder called data engineering folder and download this. Next, creating standard storage account. Step two. Step two. Search for storage account. Give any name. I'll give it as source SA 1921. Any name you want to give, you can give it. In Azure portal, click on storage account, create a standard storage account. Now create a container inside the standard storage account and upload the file. This file you have to upload. Mention the above or any CSV file. Better take these files only inside the container. Obviously, now, if you have seen, if you have practiced what we are doing, after creating a storage account, we are creating a container inside the storage accounts. So I'll just search here for storage accounts. I'll say here create a storage account. I'll say here, okay, my RGSA. I'll say here my RGSA. I'll give the storage account name source SA 1444. Okay, see guys, always remember, okay, when we are doing the labs, okay, please follow the proper naming conventions. Please follow the proper naming conventions. Okay, it will be easy for you only. It will be easy for you only if you are following the proper naming conventions. It will be easy for you only. Else it will become very difficult for you to understand, okay, which storage account to consider as source system, which storage account to consider as destination system, how to create the data sets, how to get the link services. Internally, these link services and data sets are connecting to our storage account. It is too complicated. Slowly I'll complicate the demos, the labs here. Okay. Which script? Dhananjay, which script is here? Which script you are finding here? Where is the script here, Dhananjay? Acha, steps. No. Steps. These steps will not be given. These steps you have to remember. When you keep on practicing, automatically these steps you will remember automatically. So you are learning here, right? You are learning here. That's why spoon feeding is happening here. Okay, you came here for learning, na? So you all are freshers. That's why this is what the spoon feeding I'm giving. Step one, every action by action also I have written here. Step one, step two, step three, what you are doing in step three, step four, step five, all this. What happens after you practice, automatically your hand will flow. Your hand will flow automatically. Okay, no need to worry. Okay, all these steps for every lab, I have written the steps. Trust me, guys, to create this material, it took me months of time. 9 to 10 months I have just invested to create this material for you guys. Step by step, I have written here. Okay, but still, video recordings are better. Yes, implementation steps will be asked in the interviews. Correct. That will happen. They will ask you, can you please tell us the procedure? Can you please tell us the procedure or a proper way how you can load the data from source system to target using ADF? Now you have to tell the procedure. If you do practice, if you read this material multiple times, see, on a very high level, I have already given the procedure here. See, on a very high level, if you see, this is what the procedure. See, steps on a very high level to work with Azure Data Factory. If you tell this much also, na, this is more than sufficient. This is the procedure, how we are doing it step by step. Getting, is it clear, guys? This is what I'm trying to say. So I'll just create a storage account. Okay, just hold on. I'll create a storage account with this name. I can create in any place. I'll just say here East US2 or West US2. I'm getting in West US2. See, storage accounts we have created many times in our previous classes. Storage account we have created many times. Now our main primary focus is on Azure Data Factory. Okay, fine. So I'll just say here next. storage account. These all options I have explained, guys. These all options I have explained in the previous classes. If you want a revision, please see the video recordings. Please see the video recordings. I'll go ahead and I'll create a standard storage account or a blob storage account. I'm creating a blob storage account. Okay. How can I say it's a blob storage account? How can I say? Because here I have not selected the data lake gen 2. Here, this one extra click you have to do if you want to make any storage account as a data lake gen 2 storage account. That's the only difference, guys. Okay. In terms of deployment of the storage accounts. Okay. So the storage account will get deployed here. Okay. Validation completed. Click on create. So let the storage account gets deployed. Okay. So see, this is what storage account got deployed. I'll go inside the storage account. I'll click on the blob services. I'll create a container. See, I'm giving the name of the storage account as what? Source SA 1444. 1444. This is the name I have given. Name of the storage account. Listen, guys, carefully. Name of the storage account I have given like this. What is SRC here? SRC stands for source. What is SA? SA stands for storage account. And 1444 is just a random number I have given to my storage account. Just a random number I have given to my storage account. Okay, fine. So what I'll do, I'm creating a container inside the storage account. Source container. Source container. Click on create. I have given name as what? SRC-CON. Here SRC is what again? SRC is a source. And CON is what? CON is a container. Source container. Please follow this naming conventions. It's very important. Going forward, it will become very difficult for you to understand. Okay. This is done. I'll go inside this container, switch to access keys, and I'll take this file. That's what it is saying. Create a container inside the standard storage account. Yes, I have created a container. Now upload the CSV file. This CSV file mentioned above. Okay, inside the container. So I'll go here. I'll say here upload. What I'm doing from my on-prem, I'm taking the file to my storage account. I'll go here. I'll go to Naresh IT, Azure Data Engineering, sample files for ADF. No. I have to go here. CSV files and zip files, and I have to take this one, details.csv. This is what now? The file name, details.csv. So I'm taking this file, say here open, and I'll say here upload. Okay, file I have uploaded. File I have uploaded. Done. Okay, step 2 is done. Sorry, guys. Next is what? Step 3. What we're doing in step 3, creating data lake gen 2 storage account as destination. Now, this storage account, source SA 1444. This storage account, I'm calling it as source. Okay. Source SA 1444. This I am calling as my source. Why? Why I'm calling this storage account as my source? Because this storage account is carrying my file. This storage account is carrying my file, my data. Obviously, in this file, I'm having some data. Of course, I'm taking small data only, not big. See, this much data only. This file is carrying the data. That's why I'm saying this as my source storage account, SRC, source storage account. Okay, fine. Next, what I'm going to do, step 3, I'm going to create a destination storage account. So from here, I'm picking the data and I want to load the data into another storage account, and that is my destination storage account. So I'll say here plus create. I'll go for this, my RGSA. I'll say here destination SA 1444. DEST SA 1444. I'm just giving the same number 1444 just to maintain the consistency. Destination SA. Here destination is DEST is what? Destination, and SA is what? Storage account. Okay, destination SA. West US2, that is fine, no problem. Okay, I'll just select this too. And here, if I want to make any storage account and see what it is saying, destination storage account, it needs as what? Data like Gen2. Destination storage account, it wants as what? Data like Gen2 storage account. Source storage account, it has taken as what? Blob or standard storage account. Destination storage account is taking as data like Gen2 storage account. So to make any storage account as data like Gen2 storage account, just this click you have to do. This I have explained in the previous classes. Okay, this click you have to do. Rest of all these things I'm leaving it to default. I'll go ahead and I'll create the storage account. My focus is completely on ADF. This all we have learned already in our previous classes. This is not new to us. Okay, the people who have practiced, they are catching it up very easily. The people who have not practiced, still it is not late. Start practicing. Click on create. So I'm creating a destination storage account. So let it get deployed here. So let the storage account gets deployed. I'm waiting for the deployment to be completed. Okay, the storage account got deployed. This is my destination storage account. Okay, see here, destination SA. Okay, I'll go inside this data lake storage account. I'll create one container here. I'll take it as destination container. Click on create. Done. Successfully created storage container. This is what. Now I want the file. Okay, if you say here, I'll go here to the source storage account. This is my source storage account. Here in my source storage account, see source storage account. This is the file I'm having. This is the file I'm having. I want to copy this file from, see my cursor. I want to copy this file from my source storage account to my destination storage account. Here, I want the file to be copied using ADF. Using ADF. Okay, fine. What I'm saying here. Okay. Details dot CSV file. Details.csv file is in my source storage account. Okay, and this file I want to copy in my destination storage account. Okay, using ADF. Using ADF. See, I can do one thing. What I can do, I'll simply go here to my destination storage account. See my cursor. I'll say here upload. I'll say here browse for file. I'll say here details. Done. Completed. Job finished. Job finished. But your client says that he wants to copy using ADF. He wants to copy using ADF. Not this way. Not this way. That's why I'll delete this file. My destination, I'll delete this file. I delete this file. This file is here now in my source. This file is here. Using ADF, I want the files to be copied. This is very simple lab I'm going to show you guys. Going forward, we are going to copy tens and hundreds of files. Lot of validations we are going to do. Lot of business expressions we are going to consider using ADF. ADF is a very, very, very big ocean. It's a very big ocean. And there are multiple ways that you can work in ADF. Fine. So this is what I have created my destination storage account and a container. Perfect. Okay. Then what I'll do after the provisioning of data lakes Gen 2 storage account, we can see the hierarchical namespace as enabled, and also we can see data lake storage in overview, whereas blob storage account hierarchical namespace is disabled, and here we see blob services in overview. So what I'm trying to say, in data lake Gen 2 storage account, if you click on overview, here you can see hierarchical namespace as enabled. And for blob storage account, if you go here for overview, you can see here as hierarchical namespace disabled. That is what I'm trying to say here in this point. Okay. Now what is saying? Now create a container storage service inside the ADL Gen 2 storage account. I have created already. Create and provision the Azure Data Factory by following the steps. Azure Data Factory also we have created. 1995. Okay, if you want to create one more data factory, you can create one more data factory here. I'll go to data factories. I'll click on create. Okay, I'll say here data factory. In this resource group, I'll give it as Naresh ADF 1444. Okay, rest of all these things I have just explained. I've just explained all these things. I'll go ahead and then create the data factory. I'll go ahead and I'll create the data factory. Data factory is creating is very simple, guys. It's just like a cakewalk. Okay, working in ADF pipelines is actual real skills. ADF will get deployed in 2 minutes. See, deployment is succeeded. If you go to home, you go to data factories. Here having 2 data factories now. 1995 is one which we have created previously, and 1444 is the one which we have created just now. It will not come. It will take some 2 minutes time to reflect in the Azure portal. Just hold on. It will come. It will come. Because the things has to be updated in Azure portal. It will take some time, guys. Okay. Yeah, see, I got it. ADF 1444. I got it. Just click on this one. Launch the ADF Studios. Okay, fine. This is the ADF we have deployed. Okay, wait for some minutes until the ADF gets deployed. ADF was deployed for us. Now launch the ADF Studios. So ADF Studios I have launched. Okay, here you have to click to launch the ADF Studios. Just click here. Okay, launch ADF Studios. Okay, then ingest. After you launch the ADF Studios, you click on ingest, then click built-in copy task. ingest. This is the ingest. Click on this ingest. Then say here built-in copy task. And then say here next. Then source type Azure blob storage. Say here next. Source type, take here Azure blob storage. Why we are taking blob storage? Why we are not taking anything else? Data lake storage we are not taking, and other things we are not taking. Why we are taking blob storage? Because our source file is in our blob storage, is in our blob storage account. That's why we are taking here blob storage. Connection, I'll say here plus new connection. I'll give the name of the connection. See what is the name I'm giving? Plus new connection. Next is fill the details accordingly. I'm giving the name as what? ls blob essay. This is what I'm creating. Link service. I'm creating a link service. Okay. See guys, if you remember, if you see the steps for high level, okay, ADF we have created, ADF studios we have launched. Next we are creating what? Link services. Next we are creating what? Link services. This is what the link services I'm creating. I'm giving the name as what? ls blob essay. What does this means? ls means link services. blb means blob. SA means storage account. Okay, fine. So I'll say here ls blob is a description creating this link services for my source storage account. Fine. Then subscription. What is a subscription? This one, free trial subscription, storage account name. We will take it as source essay. This is what na? Our file is in which storage account? This storage account. That is what I'm giving here, source essay. Okay. After that, I'll do the test connection. This should be successful. Connection should be successful. Yeah, see, connection successful. This should come compulsorily. And then click on create. We have created what? Link services. These are all the steps, guys, you can follow. Okay, subscription, storage account name. Okay, here choose the blob account carefully that we have created in above steps. Now click on test connection. I have clicked on test connection, right? And here we should get message connection successful, and finally click on create. Step 7, click on browse. Here we'll see container or a folder. Okay, click on this browse. Okay, this is the container. SRC is what? Source container. See, this is my container. See my cursor, guys. Just see my cursor. Source container. My file is in this container only. This container is in this storage account. See the connection. File is inside this source container. Source container is inside the storage account. So here, I'll choose this source container. I'll click on it and I'll target this file. This file I want to copy. This file I want to copy. I'll say here, okay. Fine. That's what I have written the steps. Okay. Here we'll see container folder that we have created in our blob storage account. Double click on that folder and click the file. Okay, this I have done just now. This we have uploaded in above steps. This file, what we have considered, this details.csv, this file we have uploaded here in our storage account in our previous steps. That is what I have mentioned here. Okay, I have done. Okay, next, click next. Click detect text format. Say here next. Okay, say here detect text format. Say here detect text format. It will detect as comma delimited, because in our previous step here we have uploaded the file CSV. CSV is what? Comma delimited file. That is what it has detected by itself. That's what we have said here. Okay, detect text format. Click preview data. If you want to see the data that we are having in our source, click on preview data. You say here preview data. Let us see whether data is getting reflected. Yes, super. If you come here in your on-prem, if you see the data, whether the file is having the same data or not. See, same data. Rajesh, Rahul, Arjun, Jack. See, Rajesh, Rahul, Arjun, Jack, 2009, 10 something, per marks percentage and type. Same carbon copy data, the file is reflecting here inside the, okay, data preview inside the storage account. Perfect. This is just the testing point of view we have done. Okay. Preview. Okay. And then what we'll do here after this, click preview data. If you want to see the data that we are having in our source, click next, destination type. Click next, destination type. Here we'll take what storage account. What is our destination storage account, guys? Who can tell me? It's Data Lake Gen 2. It's a Data Lake Gen 2 storage account. Yes, very good, Anvita. So that's why I'm taking here Data Lake Gen 2. Okay, fine. Next, I'll click a connection and I will create the link services for my destination. I'm creating the link services for my destination. This is the link service name I'm giving, LS Gen 2 SA. I'm giving name as what? LS Gen 2 SA. These names are very convenient. You have to understand. LS is what here? LS is link services. Okay. Gen 2 is data lake. Gen 2 and SA is storage account. Okay, fine. Select the subscription. I'm doing this demo in free trial subscription. That is what I have selected. And here carefully you have to select the destination storage account. Here carefully you have to select the destination storage account. Here carefully you have to select the destination storage account. If you select the source storage account, it will be a gone case. Completely it will get messed up. So be very careful here when you are doing the configuration. Test connection. Let us check whether the connection gets successful or not. Yes, this should come compulsorily. Okay, that is what I mentioned here. Select, pass the description here. You can pass the description. Description is optional, guys. If you pass it, fine. If you don't pass also, it doesn't matter. Okay. Then subscription, storage account name. Okay. Then click on test connection. Click on create. Connection successful. Click on create. Done. Click on browse. Click the container. Click on this browse and you want the file to be copied here in this destination container. Right now, if you see here, if you go to the storage accounts, if you go to the destination container, what is there in the destination container? Nothing is there. It's blank. See, it's blank. Nothing is there. And I'm saying that copy my file to this destination container. Say okay. Copy file to the destination container. Say okay. Okay. Fine. Click on browse. Click the container created in ADLSA. And here in this place, we want to load the data. Okay. File. Okay. And what it is saying, click on container. Say okay. That I have done already. Then file name, students details. File name here, give it as what? Students details. In your destination, what file name you want, that file name you can give. Anything you can give. You can give employee details also. This is your choice. But this is students details, so I'll just say here students. Any name you can give here, file name. Okay. Say here file name, give it as student details. If you want to change the file name in the destination, then we can pass the name here accordingly. Next, click next, click next. Okay. Okay, just say here next. Already it is comma delimited only. So I'm just saying here next. Next, what it is saying, task name. Task name, my first ADF pipeline demo. My first ADF pipeline demo. I have given the name. Then this reflects as our pipeline name. This name reflects as our pipeline name. Next. Now all the operations should be succeeded one by one. Just say here next. Okay, see what it is doing. It is saying that we are going to copy the data from blob storage account. Blob storage account to data lake gen 2 storage account using ADF. Using ADF. We are here in data factory. We are here in data factory. Okay. Fine. It is just giving me the representation. That is fine. All the details. Source storage account detail, connection name. Okay, what file we are going to copy it. First row is having the header columns. All these details I'll say here next. That is fine. Now it is started the processing. See, now it will do all the processing one by one. See, all got succeeded. Finish. Done. Now come here to your author. You can see pipeline. My first ADF pipeline demo. This is the pipeline you have seen. Okay. This pipeline got created in ADF. Fine. Go to your destination. Okay. No file is showing here in the destination. No need to be panic. Let's go one step back. Refresh. Say here destination container. See, the file got loaded. Super. The file got loaded into your destination storage account. Getting, guys, is that clear? So using ADF, okay, using ADF, we have copied the file. From, okay, blob storage account to data lake gen 2 storage account. Finally, the file got loaded here into my destination. So I am saying that all this is done. Okay. When you click on author, left hand side, click on the pipelines. Here you will find one pipeline got created. Click on manage. When you click on manage here, inside your storage account, inside your data factory, see two data sets have been created. Two data sets have been created. One data set is for source and another data set is for destination. And if you go to manage here, two link services has been created. All these things you have created with the processes that what you have followed. Okay. By using pipeline, we have used pipeline only now. Shivananga Raju. You have used pipeline only. This is one of the approaches. This is what pipeline got created. Na? This is not a pipeline. This is ADF pipeline only. Na? This is pipelines, right? See? Okay. See here, normally how it happens, Shilpa Sahu, okay, depends upon the requirement. You may have the data sometimes in other sources also. For that, you have to create the link services, okay, accordingly. So here we have considered the source system as storage account, okay. So using that storage account as our source system, we have created the link services data sets and we have copied the data. Variety of different scenarios we are going to cover. Just have patience. Today is the first ADF lab we have done. Lot of things we are going to do. Okay. Yes, Satish, very good. Satish, very good. What you have said is very correct, Satish. If you are having both as data lake Gen 2 storage account, then one link services is sufficient. Jitendra, pipeline is the one which is copying the data from source to target. The actual thing, the core part is happening in ADF pipelines only. Okay. If you are changing anything in source file, anything in the source file means what is that anything? Can you please be more precise, Shilpa? Anything means what? Any type of file you mean to say here? If you are saying like CSV file or Excel file, JSON file, etc., yes, that is possible. See, if it is having the same file in your destination, then it will ignore it. If you're not having the file in your destination with that name, then it will load the file with additional data. If you are having different types of files, Shilpa, like CSV is also there, Excel is also there, JSON is also there, PDF is also there. And if you want to copy all those files, then that is a different demos we are having in pipeline that I will show in the upcoming classes. So just wait and watch. See, if you scroll down the material here for us, see, we are having lot of labs covering different scenarios. This is one lab, one scenario, one business case. This is another lab, one business scenario, one another use case. Okay, if you go down, we are having here one more lab with different business scenario. If you go down, we are having one more lab with different business scenario. So as the classes goes on, see the labs are very tough. ADF labs are very tough. See, these are the different business case scenarios we are going to cover. This is one more business case scenario. Here we are creating a parameterized pipelines. We are getting the data from GitHub. Okay, fine. Okay, fine, Shilpa. What is this Karthik is saying? Whether we use the same storage account or just you can use it, Karthik. You can use it just to avoid the confusion here. I'm using different storage accounts. You can use one storage account both as source and destination also. That also I'm going to cover in the upcoming classes. Right now it's a very first demo, so I don't want to make a lot of confusions. That's why I've taken source system as different and destination system as different. If you want, you can make both as one only. Okay. Yes, Sai Dikshit, yes, you can do this transformation of the data using some transformation services in ADF. Okay, so you are having exist transformation, sync transformation, source transformation, filter transformation, select transformation. So using these transformations, you can do it. Sai, for that, you have to wait. I'm going to cover that also. Not now, maybe after 12, 15 classes. Syllabus material is not the full one you said earlier. So syllabus I have shared already, right, Rohit? I've shared the syllabus already, Rohit. You have not downloaded. See, guys, in our initial classes, whatever we project in the syllabus PDF, that everything will cover. Okay, fine. So see here now, what we have done a very simple demo today. Today, we have done a very simple demo where we have copied, one single file, from source, okay, to target using ADF. Tomorrow, the demo what I am going to show for ADF will be completely different. Will be completely different. There are multiple ways, multiple approaches that you can use for ADF. So tomorrow I'm going to show another demo that is completely the different scenario we are going to cover, different approach, different scenario and different approach both. Okay, for ADF. So tomorrow, this is the demo we are going to do. This is the lab we are going to do. Okay, fine. Is that clear? I have all the labs is good practice for me, but not understood any other thing about Azure. Mitrunjay and not understood anything about Azure. No, I didn't get your question, Mitrunjay. Acha, you have learned Azure Cloud Computing. Okay. So what you have learned in Azure Cloud Computing? What you have learned in Azure Cloud Computing? Now, Shreya, we have moved the file from one storage account to another storage account only, na? Shreya, using ADF, we have moved the file from one storage account to another storage account. We have copied the file. Without ADF, if you are asking, then there is one approach called move resources from one resource group to another resource group. Yes, yes, we are having data transformations. Rohit, we are having lot of labs, lot of scenarios we are going to cover for data transformations also. You have to wait, guys. You have to wait. Okay, this is the first lab we have done. Almost, I think, 18 to 20 classes we are having on ADF only. So, lot of labs are there. If you want, just to scroll down the material and see. Okay, is that clear? Yes, yes. Hmm. So, you have understood or you have not understood? SQL database, Azure Data Factory, resource group, storage account. If you have not understood, then you have to watch the videos at least 10 times. One video, acha, you have understood. Okay. Okay, fine, fine. Good, very good, Mitunjay. See, guys, I'll tell you one thing. Your hard work will pay off. I'm simply telling your hard work will pay off. If you are doing hard work, definitely it will pay off. Sooner or later, definitely. I have seen the students who have done the preparation very well. Some people will get the job quickly, maybe in 1 month of time. Some people will get the job in 4 to 5 months of time. It's purely the luck, I can say. It's purely the luck. Someone will get starting salary as 35,000, 33,000. Someone will get as 17 and 18,000 also. That also students I have seen. It's purely the luck, I can say. So, but one thing you have to ensure that you have to work hard, you have to practice. Okay. So it was a good practice for you, Mr. J. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, fine, guys. So I'll just stop the class here. Tomorrow I'll show you this lab. Tomorrow this lab is completely different approach. Today, how we have done, na? Tomorrow the lab is completely different. Okay, we are doing ADF only tomorrow, no doubt, but the approach will be completely different. The way of doing is completely different. I'll show you and I'll explain. Okay, which approach is better, which approach we have to follow, and what happens with this approach and all that stuff. I'll explain in tomorrow's class. Is that clear, guys? Any other questions? All good? Okay, fine, guys. Thank you so much. We'll connect again tomorrow. Bye, guys. Take care. Good night.